This whole process that you've been through does this feel normal yet? Does it still feel brand new?
I feel like it's still all brand new, since I got traded here. We spent that one day, we flew in, and then we went on the road for another 3 games, so I haven't really felt it, The All-Star break went home, so I haven't still been here. We have 8 home games left, too, out of the 22 we have, so it's like, I want to be more home, explore the city, be around the facility, the people, so it's still all fresh.
At what point do you hope this feels normal?
Maybe if I find a home or, an apartment, something, that now I'm still living at a hotel, so it just feels like I'm on the road.
Did this disrupt any plans you may have had for the All-Star break?
No, nothing, yeah.
So you're still able to get away and
so
kind of decompress a bit, right?
Yeah.
When you look at just what this means overall for you to come here and kind of reshape the core of this franchise, we talked to you about it on day. Now that it's settled in a little bit more, how comfortable do you feel as being like that two-headed monster alongside De'Aaron in this thing?
It's great, to have talented players like that on the team, to help us succeed. It's great, Now we just got to keep building on that chemistry, keep building those winning fundamentals, and make sure everybody buys into it.
When you look at just what's around you guys, and you mentioned it's a 20-game sprint, maybe it's a marathon, how do you look at just the remaining games here?
There's a lot of games left, well, not a lot, but not that many, but we just got to take one game at a time, we got to believe in ourselves, trust in the group, and just play each game, it might take a couple games, might take more, might start off strong, we just got to buy into playing the right way.
Can you have any level of success without making the postseason in your guys' mind?
Obviously everyone wants to make the postseason, playing game playoffs, however far we can go, but like I said, just building those winning fundamentals and playing basketball the right way, would be a great step for a big offseason going into next year.
You mentioned something I thought was interesting when you came here, which is how you thought you were just looking for a home, looking for some place for long term, and everyone knows the contract, you got 2 more years here. Is that to say that you didn't feel like home in Indiana?
No, of course I felt home for me there. It was there for 5 years, but once you get traded, that means something wasn't right. And when I got here, Sacramento just really accepted me. The GMs, the owner, everybody really wanted me here, and that as a player feels good to be somewhere where the front office, the organization, the city wants you.
25 years old, that's a age where you're not too young, but you're not too old either. It's considered to be the prime. If they came to you and said, Domas, we're going to completely rebuild this thing, is that okay versus, hey, we're going for it?
I don't understand the question.
So, for example, coming in at 25 years old, right?
To Sacramento, you mean?
Yeah, and looking at a long-term success, it seems as if they're setting you up for like a push now where playoffs, sustained success next year beyond that, rather than a whole, hey, we might have to blow things up at a certain point. How appealing is that to you, knowing that they don't want to put that reset button?
It's awesome, it means they really believe in me, believe in the other 5 guys that we got, and they really want to push forward to get some wins, get wins and go on a winning track, so that's really exciting, I mean, someone's paying attention at your hard work, and they really believe you can change things around.
When you came here, it was hard to, obviously not notice you had a lot of family, your wife's family, obviously she's from California. How much of a pull was that? How elated was she when she found out it was California, and how does that make it easier?
It happened once we found out the news, it was a shock, and then of course, I'm closer to her, I'm closer to home, so that's always a bright spot.
And happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah.
When you look at you had a few games already going into the break, what stands out from that record? I think it was a 500 record right before you come into the break. What's your biggest takeaway from those games?
We just got to keep playing the right way. We did a lot of good things throughout the 4 games. That one Brooklyn game, we just couldn't make shots. It looked like on paper it was a bad game, but realistically we just couldn't make shots. So that led to easy transition points for them. Us not getting more assists. So it all kind of led to that. And all the other games we played good. I felt like Chicago, we battled throughout the whole game. They're a top team in the East. And to be in the game and doing things the right way, like we can win a game, but it can be a bad one, and I felt like Chicago was a good encouragement of how we were playing.
when you think of, I mean, we may make it too big of a deal in the media. When you came here and it was like, I remember several times you said, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And here I am saying, man, you got to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
They probably need more aggression.
Yeah.
How tough really is that dynamic, knowing when to be the guy that they really need to score versus the guy that gets everyone involved?
I just gotta be myself, you know. It's tough sometimes, you know, because I know they want me here to encourage the ball movement, you know, and be the open guy. But at the same time, if the defense is disrespecting me or something, I can score too, you know. So I always got to find that balance in the game of when to do it, when to not. You know, I always say having a good basketball IQ, knowing time scoring situation, you know, when to do things like that, when to not. So, but I did feel like on the road, a couple of those games, I was being a bit more passive and trying to get things going, and I got to be more aggressive.
Final couple for you. When you look at just overall, you're 25 years old, we talked about it. How critical are you of your own game, and where is it that you feel you need to make the biggest strides going forward?
I always watch film after every game, you know. People might think I played a good game, but I'm never satisfied, you know. I want to do better. I feel like a lot of areas, there's always places to improve, you know, if it's either on defense or on offense or making reads, you know, or speeding into things and taking my time. Looking at cuts, you know, sometimes silly passes where I could read the defense and send it somewhere else. So I'm always trying to pay attention on everything.
Yeah, off the court. I mean, what are your interests like? People see a brand new Kings player, and this town really gets to know the personality of their players.
I just like to have fun, you know, like to have fun, be with my friends, my family, my teammates. I love basketball, but at the same time, you know, I love spending time with my family, and you always got to balance both of them out.
People call you like almost an old school player in a big body. Like, where's the biggest influence? I mean, obviously your father was a professional player, but we see people talk Chris Webber, some people talk Vlade Divac. I mean, where do you see your biggest influence?
I don't know. I always looked up to my dad. I always watched him, you know, watched every game, many players, you know, just I would see things, I would try and do it. If I could do it, you know, I would pull it off, you know, just like every summer. I look at film, there's people who do a move against me, I'm like, oh, wow, that was a good move. Like, it was tough for me to guard. Like, I need to put that into my arsenal. So every summer I try to add things.
So you filling out your bracket, I guess you got Gonzaga going everywhere.
Of course, every year. Yes, sir. Maybe this year's the year.
Have you been able to watch much of it?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that Chet kid, pretty entertaining.
Yep.
Right on. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you so
it.
much.